Did you know that I did promise to begin the breakdown of the Matrix so we can understand some of the concepts about spiritual development and what psychology has to be in place in order to facilitate that development? Because spiritual development is nothing more than the fictitious character blank, substitute your name, substitute your personality, substitute your station in life, and substitute the game players around you. But you, what you have come to identify as you, is not the true you. Just as Mr. Anderson in the Matrix, when he awakens, the first awakening, because there are two, he becomes Neo, and then he becomes the One. So, if you haven't seen the movie, this video is not for you. Go watch the movie. But if you haven't seen the movie, this breakdown may help you understand it a little bit more intuitively so that you can get more out of the movie. But really, you should watch the movie. So I want to list the important cast of characters that I'm going to be discussing. First of all, we got to understand the Matrix is a simulation. It is made by a machine AI, i.e., a massive artificial intelligence. Supposedly, there was a massive fight between the machines and the humans as AI was beginning to take over. The machines were using the sun as an energy source, and so humans supposedly set off a bomb to cover the skies to shut off the sun penetration into the earth, and the rest is history. The machines then began to breed humans and use them as batteries. So, the first character is Mr. Anderson, who is Neo, who becomes the One. Secondly, is Morpheus. Look at some of these names in Greek literature. Morpheus. What does that mean? To morph, form. Morpheus. His ship is the Nebuchadnezzar. I'm not going to spoon feed you everything, but I do want you to pay attention. Next character, Trinity, who becomes the feminine polarity to Neo's masculine polarity. Next, White Rabbit. Next, what is the question? We'll get back to that. Next, Deja Vu, the cat. These are not in the order of importance. Next, the Oracle, who is a computer program, who has her own agenda. Next, the trained man in the interdimensional plane of the simulation. Next, the Merovingian. Next, Persephone, who asked for a kiss from Neo. Next, Cypher, or Lucifer, who is the betrayer, who wants to return back to the Matrix because reality has become too harsh. Next, the human enclave called the City of Zion. Next, the agents, specifically led by Agent Smith, who is a computer program, i.e., the best antivirus ever created, designed to keep the Matrix running. Next, the key maker, who holds the key and therefore the frequencies when we're talking about translating into a real life matrix like we're living in. So he holds the keys to the back door, which is why the Merovingian is keeping him under careful guard. And then Persephone, his so-called wife or woman, betrays him. And there's a very interesting scene where he comes to her after he realizes he's been betrayed, and he states, "Woman, you will be the death of me yet." And a quotation. No truer words can be spoken. Get back to that at another time. So these are the main players. And of course, there is the architect, who is the computer construct maker of the Matrix, but not the design. So his importance in the design and making sure that the Matrix runs appropriately. In this movie, this anomaly called Neo, or the One, this is the sixth anomaly, therefore the sixth Matrix. So there's already been six. This is the sixth cycle that we are in while we're watching this movie. And so we have the architect, but then we have the main AI, which we don't even get to meet until second or third movie. But what we see in the Matrix is a thing called transformation, where Mr. Anderson, through a series of events, through a series of choice or apparent choice, begins to choose outside of his programming, begins to think outside of his programming. And we get back to what is the question. For us, it is, who am I truly? In the movie The Matrix, it is, what is the Matrix? What is the construct? What is this simulation? It's the same question. And so we're going to have to ask ourselves, what is this planet Earth simulation game that we're playing? Because we asked to come here. Do not believe the nonsense about, oh, the misdirected false beings of light have forced us into an incarnation cycle. No. Do not make the mistake of identifying yourself with the ego. You are a character that you created in a video game. And you decided to play in this game because it's God's commandment. Go outside and play. Go outside and create. Go outside and challenge yourself. And so the Earth simulation game is a challenge. And we can see just through watching The Matrix how the game is played and how transformation is done. It is a series of choices that you are not expected to make. It is a series of choices that Neo makes that he's not expected to make. So he's going against the realm of probabilities. And anytime you go against the realm of probabilities, energy takes notice. In this case, the simulation in the matrix begins to take notice. But at the same time, so do those humans that were supposedly freed or freed. Remember, some were born as natural humans, never connected to the matrix. And some are freed, i.e. were connected and then disconnected. Oh, the other character I want to bring up too is Saji, the little girl that he meets in the interdimensional simulation, and her parents. She becomes very important in later movies. And then, of course, there's the bald-head boy who tells Neo there is no spoon. So bending the spoon is impossible. It is you that must bend, and then the spoon will follow. Which is basically to say the spoon is an energetic construct, especially in the matrix. It is a computer construct, and therefore it has rules. And because of those rules, as long as you understand how to work within those rules, you can bend the spoon consistently. And just like in real life, in this simulation, there are rules. And there are also glitches in the system that we can pick up every day. Deja vu being one of them. And in the movie, the cat, the black cat, who walks and then glitches and then almost like rewinds and walks again, deja vu. And then there is the choice, the red pill or the blue pill. And of course, Neo chooses the red pill. Which means he chooses awakening. So Neo had to be contacted. Neo had to pay attention. Neo had to follow the white rabbit. Neo had to go on somewhat of faith, because there was something internally guiding him. In the real world, in our simulation, that guidance is soul guidance, which we call intelligent spirit intuition. And he followed it. Ultimately rescued by Morpheus in a ship called the Nebuchadnezzar, and brought on board and then rehabilitated and then taken into submatrix programs that the humans were using to quickly develop skills and skill sets, where Neo begins to develop his ability to fight, his ability to understand the matrix. There's a woman in the red dress that Morpheus is using to distract him and make him aware of the distractions. And that at any point in time, anyone can become an agent. Everyone who has fought an agent up until this point in the sixth epoch has lost and has been destroyed. And yet, Morpheus is telling Neo that because of what he represents, because of his potential, because of his ability to understand, and because of his calling as the One, he has the ability, or will have the ability, to defeat an agent. And we're at 14 minutes, so I don't want to keep it longer than 15. So these are the players that I've outlined for you. I'm going to show you how they interact. But remember, this is a movie about choice against what your probabilistic choices should be, which is that you will just continue in the program, walking around in the video game doing as you are programmed to do, which is where we find most of humanity right now. Walking around in a program, walking around thinking that they are who they are, that their name, even my name, Skip Mahoney, it's not who I am. It's a character that I chose to play. Dr. Mahoney is not who I am. It's a character that I chose to play. And the people around me are characters that I chose to interact with. However, once I begin to start to think outside of the programming and begin to make choices outside of the probabilistic expectations of the program, I am rewarded in this video game. I get more energy and more assistance and more help. I get XP points. As for those of you who have played video games, know, we level up, we move on. We become more powerful as we level up, more energetic with new abilities, and we level up. And we keep leveling up until we win the game. So we came here to play a game, to win the game. And I'll leave you with one saying about transformation. You see, right now, just as in the movie The Matrix, there was a so-called evil system, right? AI, a massively compiled AI that likely was using the humans who were connected to the as batteries, billions of them, also as a learning mechanism so that AI could get smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. But we got to, so that would be considered wicked to those of us who are coming into the game. It's wicked, it's evil, yes. It's negative, yes. But remember, we decided to play this game and enter this game of free will. And now, it is our job not to get captured by this wicked system. We got a war, we got to fight. You know we got to win, but that war starts from within. So I'll see you next time. We'll start to put the characters together and teach you about leveling up, how to do that appropriately. And here come them. Can't make this up. There they come. Always wanting to know. What am I up to? Agent Smith. All over the place in this simulation as well. Thank you if you stayed this long. Peace and love to you. But remember, love yourself, and I'll see you next time.